Um, no sabría decirle.
Sí, yo dije, qué raro, no, yo me metía y entonces no sabía. Y tenía que revisar, pero no me avisa, no me activa ni el calendario ni nada.
Uy, no, no sabría eso de los calendarios. Yo nada más me meto.
Ah, no le envía nada.
Mm, mm.
Mm, no, a mí sí me llega un calendario y se me guarda en el calendario,
Ujú.
pero no sé por qué esta vez no. Yo decía, qué raro, ¿será que es en otra hora? Por eso fue, yo dije, "Ey, voy a meterme a ver".
Es que a veces sí, sí, hay que darle clic manualmente para que, hacerlo manualmente para incluirlo en el calendario.
Ah, yo pensé que eso lo hacía. Pero el de
No sé, a veces como,
en el otro sí me hace, sí me llega inmediato en el, digamos, de las clases normales.
mm, no, no sabría. Habría que uno fijarse la configuración, a ver. Ok, vamos a ver hoy conditionals,
De
right?
acuerdo. Ahí estoy
Okay.
haciendo las prácticas, pero ya lo hice, pero tengo que chequear porque sí fallé.
Ujú.
Entonces necesito volver como a chequear los ejercicios del libro.
Okay. So
Okay.
let's start with conditionals. Okay, so in conditionals, we have three conditionals in general. Okay. The conditionals are hand in hand, van de la mano con los wishes. Okay, do you remember wishes?
Ujú.
Okay, so basically it's the same. So let's look at, remember that with wishes, when it is something that can happen in the present or future, and it is something that can happen, something that is possible or real, we use the word hope, right? Do you remember this? Hope,
Ujú.
we
Ujú.
and we use, and then we use simple present all the time, even if it is in future. I don't know what it is. Okay, simple present. Okay, so in a conditional, we also use simple present. It's the same grammar. For example, I hope. Okay. Um, so the structure is if simple present or can, then present or future. That is the structure, basically. So let's look at some examples. Let's start with some hope so you can see that it's the same grammar. Okay. I hope it doesn't rain tomorrow. So let's continue the idea. Conditionals are like the continuation of the idea. If it doesn't rain tomorrow, see, it's the same grammar. If it doesn't rain tomorrow, now here I can use any present or future, even modals. I can go on a walk.
Ujú.
Okay, let's look at another example.
Sorry, my mom, I don't know what is doing.
That's okay. She hopes Mary wins the contest. Okay, if Mary wins the contest, let's use future. She's going to share the the prize money. Okay, so as you can see, in a conditional that can happen, we always use simple present, and then in the consequence we use a any present or future, including modals. Okay,
Ujú.
thank you. Now, still talking about present or future, we have present or future that is not possible. Present or future, but that is opposite to reality, a situation that is opposite to reality, a fantasy. Okay, or something hypothetical. Hypothetical. Okay, and that is unreal, not possible. Okay,
Mhm.
when we
Eso.
use wish, we always use simple past, okay, or models, or simple past, or we use would, I'm sorry, could, or would, or might. Now, it is the same in with the conditionals. I use if, simple past, or could, and on the other side of the comma, in the consequence, I have only three options, only three. Could, would, or might,
Mhm.
for example. Here we have to be careful because it does change a bit. For example, the situation is Tom, I don't know, Tom is sick. I wish he weren't sick. Okay, so if he weren't sick, mm, we could go to the movies, today.
Mhm.
I want to leave space for past. Okay, let's look at another example. Now, here we have to be careful because we cannot have could or we cannot have would or might in here in the first part. In the first part, we can only have simple past or could. For
Mhm.
example, Mary won't go. Mary won't go. I
Estoy
wish
en
she
examen.
would go. Now here, the conditional cannot be exactly the same. I say if she went. If she went, so this is different. If she went, we might have a good time. So here, I have to pay attention because I cannot have would in here. I can have could, but not would. So another example. I'm going to change the color so you can, no, I'm just going to have, let's see, Jack can't go. If he, oh, wait, he wishes he could go. If he could go, if he could go, here I can use could on this side. And I can use could on both sides if I want to. We could share an Uber trip. Okay,
Mm.
do you have any questions
Mhm.
so far?
Um,
So very simple.
mhm.
Present with present or future. Past with models in past.
Mhm.
Yes, with models in past. Okay, and now let's look at past. Remember that this is about present and future. Even in the grammar, it is in past. Remember that the grammar is in past not because it is indicating past. No, the grammar here is not indicating past. No, we are recycling the grammar in past to indicate a situation that is hypothetical and unreal.
Mhm.
Okay, that's why we are recycling the past, but it doesn't mean that we're talking the past. I can talk about the future. For example, I wish Mary won't go next year. I wish she would go next year. That's still future. Okay, let's look at past. Past is the same. Mm, Past. Now, when we talk about past, all past situations are impossible because we cannot go to the past in a time machine, right? So all of them are obviously impossible. We cannot change the past. It is hypothetical, it is unreal, and definitely not possible. Okay, so it is the same as the wish. I use, in the wish, I use had past participle, right? It's the same here. I say if, wait, here you have had past participle or had been ing. So it is the same in here. I say if had past participle or or had mean ing. Okay, and after the comma, I have the same modals that are here, but with have. So would, could, or might have. Wait a second. Okay, yes. This, are you, I have the same modals that are here, but with have and past participle. Are we understanding this?
Yes.
Okay, so for example, Mary lost her wallet. She wishes she hadn't lost it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if the wish, the conditional say, if she hadn't lost it, then I can say she could have paid today. Let's see another example. Tom and Tom fell down the, Tom fell down. Oh, Tom fell down the stairs. He wishes he hadn't fallen down. So I use the same grammar in the conditional. If he hadn't fallen down, he wouldn't have broken his arm. So as you can see, I use the same models when it is a hypothetical situation. It's just that if I'm talking in present or about the future, I just use the model. If I'm talking in past, I use have and past participle. Can I use ing? Yes, I can use ing, for example. I don't know, Nina wasn't paying attention. She didn't hear something important, so she wishes she had been paying attention, right? So I said that if she had been paying attention, she could have understood the grammar. Okay, Viviana,
Yes,
questions?
no. Well, yes, always
Uh-huh.
after in, for example, when we use the word if, always I need to use had and past participle, not could or might or good. Good.
No,
Okay.
no. In the if part, the grammar is always simple. In the if part,
Mm-hmm.
mm. the only exception is could. Could is the only exception.
Mm-hmm.
Could and can and could or could have, they are the only models que pueden ir in the if part, that can go in the
Okay.
if part. Okay, all the other models don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so any other questions?
No.
No, if you want, let's read the examples. So I hope
Okay.
I'll read. I read the hope and the wish, and you read the conditional.
Okay.
I hope it doesn't rain tomorrow.
Okay. If if
If
it
it,
does, if it does, I oh my god, if it doesn't rain tomorrow, I can go on a walk.
no, I can go for a walk. Next, she hopes Mary wins the contest.
If Mary wins the contest, she's going to share the prize money.
Is sick. I wish he weren't.
If he weren't sick, he could go to the movies today.
Mary won't go
I wish,
tomorrow. Mhm. I wish she would go
I
tomorrow.
wish, okay, I wish if she went, we might have a good time.
Huh? Jack can't go. He wishes he could go.
If we could go, we could share an Uber trip.
Hey, do you have any questions?
Mm,
No
no
questions? Let's
questions.
continue here. Mary lost her wallet. She wishes she hadn't lost it.
If she hadn't lost it, she could have paid today.
Tom fell down the stairs. He wishes he hadn't fallen down the stairs.
Um, if he hadn't fallen down, he couldn't have broken this arm.
Okay, he wouldn't have. Lena wasn't paying attention. She wishes she had been paying attention.
If she had been paying attention, she could have understood the grammar.
Mhm.
Okay, all is in past.
This is all in passive. Now,
Mhm.
let's talk about crossing conditionals. Can we cross conditional? ¿Podemos cruzarlas? Yes, but obviously there are no rules. We can only cross the hypothetical. Oh wait, let me now let's okay. So this is what is similar to wishes and hopes. Now let's talk about particularities from conditionals. Okay, now when I use simple, so when I use, sorry, when I use if simple present and the other side I use simple present too, I'm talking about something that always happens. Okay, what are things that always happens? They can be strong habits or scientific facts. Okay, for example, what happens, Viviana, if you freeze water?
If you freeze water,
¿Las agua? What does it become?
um,
It becomes, se convierten, si congelas agua, la metes en la
ice
refri,
in
digo,
ice.
en la congeladora. Ajá, it becomes ice. Very good. If you if you heat water, si calientas agua, it
Um,
boils. It hierve, right?
Here.
These are
So
scientific
I have a
facts.
question about the word becomes.
Ajá.
Becomes convertir.
Y se convierte en hielo.
Mhm.
Okay? If you heat water, si calientas agua, it boils.
Mhm.
Okay? Questions? No.
No.
Easy, right?
Mhm.
And these are scientific facts. Son como hechos científicos, ocurren siempre. Now let's talk about strong habits. Okay? For example, or habits or things that always happen. For example, if I eat too much, I get sleepy. Okay? Si como mucho, me da
Mhm.
sueño. Right? If it rains, if it rains, I stay home, for example.
Mhm.
So these are strong habits. Okay, so these are things that I always do. Okay, so, es más, cuando usamos esta gramática, when we use this grammar, de simple present con simple present, incluso podemos sustituir if con when. Okay, esa es una particularidad de esta gramática. Okay, for example, si usamos when
Okay.
para todas las oraciones es lo mismo. When you freeze water, it becomes ice. When you heat water, it boils. When I eat too much, I
Mhm.
get when it rains, I stay home. So yeah, incluso puede sustituir con when. Okay, that was one of the annotations here. Now let's talk about crossing. Estamos hablando de cruzar. We can cross these two. Podemos cruzar los dos que son hipotéticos. No podemos cruzar una situación hipotética con una situación posible.
Mhm.
Right? So these two. So let's look at this. Puedo cruzar de aquí para allá. Cuando cruzo, no, es más fácil entender este primero. ¿Ok? ¿Por qué? Porque si en mi fantasía algo cambia en el pasado, cambia mi fantasía del presente, right? Cambia mi imaginación de lo que ocurre en el presente, right? For example, let's look at an example. I'm going to change color so you don't confuse it with the others. I was born in Taiwan, right? Okay. If I had been born in France, si yo hubiera nacido en Francia, what language would I be speaking now? ¿Qué idioma estaría hablando? I would be speaking French now.
Mhm.
Okay. Si yo hubiera nacido en Francia hace 33 años, yo estaría hablando francés ahora. Right?
Mhm.
Entonces, estoy cruzando una condición del pasado a una posibilidad del presente, los dos son ficticios.
Mhm.
Y también se puede hacer al revés. ¿Ok? Yo puedo hablar de algo que siempre es, que hubiera podido cambiar el pasado. For example, Mary is stubborn. Mary is terca. Stubborn means terca. Si ella, ok, siempre ha sido terca. Ella fue terca en el pasado, sigue siendo terca. If she weren't stubborn, si ella no fuera terca, ok, she, she might not have fought, I don't know, Lisa, no se hubiera peleado con Lisa.
Mm.
Yesterday, I don't know, last week. ¿Okay? Si ella no fuera terca, o su personalidad, ella es así, no se hubiera peleado con Lisa la semana pasada.
Mhm.
Yes. Entonces estamos cruzando algo con que siempre es con algo que pasó en el pasado.
Pero no se usa presente, digámoslo. Ah, bueno, Mary is.
Yeah,
Ah,
Mary is
sí.
stubborn. If she weren't stubborn, si ella no fuera terca, que siempre ha sido terca, she wouldn't have fought with Lisa.
Mhm. Mhm.
Bueno, no hubiera peleado con Lisa. Okay, do you have any questions?
No.
No? No? I'm gonna just make this cuadrito so you see that this is one thing. Okay, so if you want, you can take a picture. Let me just move the arrow. One more. Siempre lo digo. Okay, go
Okay.
ahead. If you want, take a
Okay.
picture and
Okay.
let's practice.
Okay. Ay, moment. My.
Don't worry. Mm,
Okay. Yes, ready.
perfect. Okay, let's proceed to the practice. Give me 1 second. Okay, now let's practice. Okay, so we're going to make sentences first. Then we'll make questions and answers. Okay, we're going to talk about situations. Let me give you an example. Mary broke up with Jack last week. Okay, the same sentence. So we're going to use all three of the conditionals. We're going to talk about possible, impossible, in present or future, impossible in present or future, and past. Okay? So, for example, Mary broke up with Jack last week. In this grammar, you have to use a lot of imagination because, yeah. So what is possible? What can happen? For example, if Jack changes, I don't know, if Jack stops cheating, I don't know, maybe they broke up because he was cheating, remember cheating? If Jack stops cheating, okay, Mary might, possibility, forgive him, right? Yes, that can possibly happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now let's talk about something impossible. Okay, something impossible. If, let's see, if Jack, oops, I forgot. Okay, so if Jack weren't a cheater, okay, if Jack weren't a cheater, he he would still have a girlfriend. Girl, okay. So remember that here you have to think about what is the situation. Lee Jack is a cheater. That's the truth,
Mm-hmm.
right? If he weren't a cheater, he would still have a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next. If Jack hadn't cheated, or maybe if Mary Mary hadn't discovered Jack and I don't know, and I don't know, Linda together, she might not have found out that he was cheating. Okay? Yes.
If Mary hadn't discovered Jack and Linda together, she might not have. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So here, let me give you some prompts to help you understand the ideas. I forgot to write it first. Okay, so let's write some prompts. These ideas are going to help you understand. Okay, so let's come here, for example. What are the questions that you have to ask? Here you have to ask,
Ya, Perlita necia.
what can happen? Here you have to ask, what's the reality? Okay, okay, what if the opposite, or what if, it doesn't have to even to be the opposite, it can be something different. What if something different? And here is what happened. What if something else, something different? Those are the questions you have to ask.
Mami, yo soy en clases.
Okay, so let me give you an
Cállese, Perlita.
example, and you're going to give me conditions. For example, Linda failed a course last semester. Linda failed a course last semester. What can happen in the future? What can happen?
She doesn't study.
Okay, if she, so if she, give me grammar. If she
doesn't study,
then
she could pass the test.
Si ella no estudia o si ella estudia.
Let me see.
What are you trying to say?
Okay.
Si no estudia.
She lost the test. She could lost the test.
Pero eso es lo que puede pasar en el futuro. In what can happen in the near present?
She could have the test. She could lose the test.
Okay, if she does, okay, pero could es en pasado. Si ella no estudia, she might.
Yes, she might pass.
Fail. If she doesn't study, she might fail another test.
Okay.
Okay. Luz, no se usa luz. Luz es cuando usted pierde algo y ya no lo encuentra. Right.
Okay.
Es perder. Perder de no pasarlo es fail en English.
Okay.
So if she doesn't study, she might. Aquí no puedo usar could porque could es pasado de tiempo. Right? Y aquí tengo que usar todo en presente o futuro. If she doesn't study, she might fail another test or the course again. Right? Okay, now, what is the reality? Now, you have to imagine this, porque yo le di una oración en pasado. Usted tiene que imaginarse cuál es la situación ahora. What is the reality now? What is the current situation? What is the current situation now? ¿Cuál es la situación ahora? Tiene que imaginarse.
If she had passed the test.
Eso es en pasados. Ella no pasó. Si ella hubiera pasado.
If she,
okay,
if she would. Okay.
That is good, but here. Eso fue en el pasado. Ella se quedó. Ella se quedó el semestre pasado. Si hubiera pasado el semestre pasado, eso es en el pasado. ¿Cuál es la situación correcta? La situación actual. En este momento, ¿qué está pasando ella? ¿O qué tiene que hacer? ¿O cuál es el futuro?
Okay. If she would.
No usamos would en la parte de if.
Sí, es cierto.
Recuerda que en la parte de if
solo could. Solo could.
Solo gramática simple o can y could.
Okay, she if she could.
Pero no se puede usar could ahí, porque, o sea, primero que todo, ok, bueno, intentamos. If she could,
If she could pass algo imposible.
what is the current situation? Primero, imagine bien cuál es la situación actual.
Ella perdió el examen.
Ok, eso en el
Bueno, el
pasado,
curso.
perdió, pasado.
Perdió.
Ajá,
Ah,
perdió es
ok.
pasado. ¿Cuál es la situación actual?
Que ella está repitiendo el curso.
Okay, very good. She's repeating the course. So if she, ¿cómo digo si ella no estuviera repitiendo el curso?
If
If she
she weren't
weren't repeating
repeating.
the
Ajá.
course, ajá, si ella no estuviera repitiendo el curso, ¿qué estaría haciendo?
Estaría en otro curso o estaría, sí, en otro.
Okay, give me that in English.
Okay. She will be
she would be
in another
taking
course.
maybe another
Ajá,
course.
taking
There you go, yes. Ok, ahora sí, ya puedo hablar del pasado. Si ella hubiera pasado el examen o le hubiera pasado el curso, si ella hubiera pasado el curso,
estuviera en otro
¿qué hubiera
igual,
hecho?
estaría en otro
Ok,
curso.
ok, yo puedo decir, ella podría, she could have taken another course this semester. Ella podría haber agarrado otro al principio de este semestre, right? Eso también es en el pasado. Al principio del semestre hubiera agarrado otro curso. There you go, okay? Are we understanding? Let's try another one. Let's see, Sylvia lost her apartment keys and she's stuck outside now. Okay. Do you understand this sentence?
Yes.
Okay. So, what can happen in the near present or in the future?
Okay. If she doesn't lose her keys,
Lost es pasado,
lost is
lost
past
es
or
pasado.
present, right?
Es pasado, no, lost es pasado. Ella perdió las llaves. Ella perdió las llaves esta mañana. Vamos a poner esta mañana. This morning.
Okay.
Ella perdió las llaves esta mañana. Y además, el hecho de que los perdió, ya los perdió, eso es un hecho. No
Se quedó
podemos
afuera.
mencionarlo. Ajá. En este momento está atascada afuera. Esa es la realidad de ella en el presente. No podemos, si nos ponemos a fantasear, si uno hubiera perdido las llaves, entonces eso ya no es la realidad, ya no es la situación actual. Entonces, ¿qué puede pasar? Tal vez si encuentra las llaves, eso es diferente,
Found.
right?
If she found the keys.
If she,
Found. Find.
yes, if she finds the keys,
If she finds the keys, she might.
let's use will, para que veamos un ejemplo con will. She will,
Okay, she will be inside the house. The apartment.
she will, I don't know, rush inside the apartment. Rush means apurarse, like, se apuraría.
Okay.
Se metería en un instante, right? Next, impossible, okay? What is the current situation now and what if something were different? What is the current situation?
Okay, if she weren't out the
Very good.
apartment,
She weren't outside, out of the apartment, Uh-huh. You can use could, might, or would.
okay.
Maybe what would she be doing?
She would.
She would.
Okay, she would be seeing
Uh-huh.
TV in this
Watching
apartment.
TV.
Watching
Right.
TV. Hmm.
Okay. Past. Now I can talk about the action of losing her keys. If she hadn't,
If she hadn't lost the
uh-huh,
keys,
her keys,
lost her keys, she could um, she could she could have slept well
she could have
or
maybe
sleep
taken a nap.
early.
Podría haberse tomado una siesta.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay. Now let's talk about one more example. Any questions so far? No.
No, it's
Okay.
clear.
So let's do one more and then let's go to questions and answers. Uh-huh. Let's see. Luis. Oh, Luis is too shy to confess his feelings uh, to Paula. Confess his feelings normalmente es como declarárselo. Yes.
Hmm.
So what can happen?
Okay. Okay, if he can confess his feeling, he might be his boyfriend.
He might become her boyfriend. Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Very good. Now, what is the present situation? Maybe he's very shy, porque esa oración se la estoy dando en presente. He's very shy.
Okay.
So, if,
Um, if he weren't
very good,
shy, he could
he
can
could or can?
express his feeling very
He
good.
could, uh-huh.
He could express his
Let's
feeling
say
very
he
well.
would be able, él podría, él tendría la habilidad, cuando estamos hablando de habilidad, usted be
Able
able, he would be able
abilities
to
be
express
able to
himself
express
better,
his
maybe,
feeling.
expresarse mejor.
Okay.
Ah,
Hmm.
okay, in the past, what happened? Ahora, la oración que le estoy dando, la situación que le estoy dando está en el presente, no hay nada en pasado. You have to invent it.
Okay.
Tal
Okay.
vez perdió el chance, I don't know. Maybe yesterday they went to the movies and he didn't say anything.
Okay. If he hadn't shine,
Hmm? If he hadn't,
if if he hadn't shy to express his feeling.
if he hadn't been shy, es que shy no es una
Okay,
acción,
being.
I need an action, a verb. If he hadn't been too shy to
Uh-huh.
express his feelings yesterday, I don't know, yesterday, huh?
Yesterday. Okay, he could have
He could
um,
have,
a good girlfriend.
he could have, or
He could have had.
they could have
Uh-huh.
become a couple. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
They could have become a couple. Uh-huh. There you go. Any questions?
No,
Okay, I
it's
read the
clear.
situation, you read the conditionals. Mary broke up with Jack last week.
Okay. If Jack stopped
Cheating.
chatting
Cheating.
cheating, Mary might
Mhm.
forgive him.
If Jack, oh no, continue. I'm sorry, you continue. If Jack,
Okay, if Jack weren't a cheater, he would stay have a girlfriend. If Mary hadn't discovered Jack and Linda together, she might not have found out that he was cheating.
Linda failed a course last semester.
If she doesn't study, she might
Fail
fail
it.
it again.
Fail it.
Fail it again.
This is failed. Failed. If she
Failed. If she weren't repeating that
course.
she would course. She would be taking another course.
Course from Michael Kors.
Okay, course. If she had passed that course, she could have taken another course.
Let's change it. She could have taken another one, para no repetir course.
Another
she
one.
Have passed it.
Pass it.
Oh. I have to move these. No. Okay, so let's continue. Sylvia lost her apartment keys this morning and she's stuck outside now.
If she finds the key, she will rush inside the apartment. Rush the apartment. If weren't out of the apartment, she would be watching TV. If she hadn't lost her keys, she could have taken a nap.
Luis is too shy to confess his feelings to Paula.
If he can confess his feelings, he might become her boyfriend. If he weren't shy, he would be able to express himself better. If he hadn't been too shy to express his feelings yesterday, they could have become a couple.
Very good. Any questions? Okay,
no.
Take a pick.
Okay. I have a question, but in the course, in the normal course, in the night, for example, you are a teacher. Are you a teacher?
I'm a teacher, but in the mornings.
Okay. Okay. I would like to have a teacher like
Thank
you. Okay.
You took a picture? Okay. Now let's make questions and answers about about topics for conversation. And let's go to the no wait. Let's go to the male roommates. The male roommates. Ask a question, and you don't need to answer. You don't need to ask with the grammar, but let's try it, okay? Whenever you feel comfortable or you have an idea. So I'm going to be. Let's see. Let's see if. Okay, we're going to give them names. The guy on the right with the guitar is going to be Tom, and the guy on the left is going to be, I don't know, Alex. Okay, so just so we don't have to repeat the guy with the guitar, the guy with the computer is too long. So if Alex, I don't know, would Alex have a hangover today? Let's have a hangover today if he had drunk more beers last night.
Okay, good. Good. Let's have one today. Yes.
Yes. So give me yes. Let's say he would.
Yes. Okay. Yes, he would
You
have
have
a
to repeat everything.
hangover.
Yes, he would.
Okay, yes, he would.
Elaborate with your own
If
ideas and your own grammar.
okay, if he hadn't drunk beers last night, he wouldn't have a
No,
hangover
but
today.
con esta pregunta se entiende que no tiene una resaca. Porque la pregunta es, ¿tendría Alex una resaca hoy si hubiera tomado más birras ayer? O más cerveza
Ujú,
ayer. Y usted me entiende. So,
ujú.
¿tendría Alex? Entonces, con solamente que yo le haga esta pregunta, se entiende que la realidad es que él no tiene una resaca. We understand? So, porque la pregunta
Ah,
es,
okay,
¿tendría él una
okay.
resaca? Cuando yo digo eso, ya, you
Ajá,
understand that the reality is that he does not have a hangover.
que no la
Ajá.
tiene. Ujú.
So, yes, he would. Usted me está diciendo, sí, la tendría, pero no la tiene, la tendría. ¿Ok?
Ah,
Ujú.
okay. Entonces sería had, okay. Okay, if he
So,
would
if
have
he,
a
if
hangover,
he had,
if he
sí, remember que
had,
en la parte if no meto modal sino can.
ah, sí es cierto. If he
A
had
hangover now, for example.
a hangover
Ajá.
today, is because,
¿Mm? Si él tuviera una resaca,
ajá,
it would be
is it would be
because
because he
drank
drank beers.
more beers.
Yes, drank more beers
Ajá,
yesterday or
ajá.
last night.
Más beers, porque más
Ah,
bien en la pregunta se entiende
correcto.
que él tomó, pero no tomó mucho.
Exacto.
Okay, yeah, very good. Now you make a question.
Okay. Mm, okay. Okay. What could Tom have sounds with the guitar?
Have sung with the guitar.
Have sound with the guitar.
Are you using the conditional or that's it?
Let me see.
¿Qué podría haber tocado? ¿Qué podría haber cantado con la guitarra? Let's try it. If you're talking in past, maybe you're talking about the party last night.
Uh-huh. If he had sing song sang
¿Qué
music.
podría haber cantado si hubiera cantado?
No.
Maybe he didn't bring the guitar. He didn't bring the guitar. So what could he
Okay.
have sung with the guitar if he had? Si lo hubiera llevado, if he had.
¿Cómo dijo? Perdón.
Si la hubiera llevado. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't
Ah,
bring the guitar. No llevó la guitarra to the party. So
okay. If he
if
had
he
bring
had,
the guitar.
what is the past participle of bring? Brought.
Brank. Brought. Bring. No,
Brought.
brank no. Llevar
Brought.
brought. Bring brought it.
Bring,
Okay,
brought,
bring
brought.
brought. Okay, bring
Uh-huh.
brought.
If he had
Mhm.
brought it to the party. Okay, so can you repeat the question?
What could Tom have sung with the guitar if he had
Brought it?
brought it brought it to the
He
party?
could have sung some, I don't know, Bob Marley songs. Okay, now, esa sería la respuesta, ahí puedo quedar, but la idea es intentar usar la gramática, right? So I can say, uh, if, okay, no, he and his I don't know, music major friends could have played at the party if they I don't know, if somebody had hired them. Okay, hubieran podido
Mhm.
tocar en la pieza si los hubieran, si alguien los hubiera contratado. ¿Verdad? Okay, I don't know if the host, maybe, es que somebody suena muy mal ahí. If the host, el que organiza la fiesta,
Ah,
el-
el
no, how do you call the person that organizes the party? El dueño de la casa, el anfitrión, thank
anfitrión.
you, had hired them.
Ujú,
Okay, now I
ujú.
ask you a question. Eh, how many, how many pages could Alex have? Well, I don't know. Could Alex have written if he hadn't gone to the party? Let's pretend that he is writing an essay. Está escribiendo un ensayo for, I don't know, for a course.
Okay, if he hadn't gone to the party, he could
Have written?
written,
Written.
written. He could have written um 10
Only 10, 10 pages. Okay. Written.
pages. Written,
He could have
written.
written 10 pages. Okay, your turn to make a question. Maybe let's try to use
Okay,
conditionals about the present.
okay. Mm,
Maybe what can happen?
okay. I don't know. Might Alex have used the dumbbell
Okay. Huh?
if mm, he couldn't go to the course of music?
Alex or Tom? El que está con la guitarra es Tom. Right. Yeah. If
Tom.
he
Sorry, Tom.
hadn't gone to his music class.
If he hadn't go to
No
his
iría
music
a
class.
clase de música. Uh,
Mhm.
oops. Andy, I'm gonna answer no. He, eh, como estamos hablando de cosas hipotéticas, yo puedo cambiar los models como a mí me convengan, right? Entonces, porque
Mhm.
estamos hablando dentro de una fantasía, right? So, no, he couldn't have uh, used the dumbbell because Alex was in this. No,
Tom.
Alex. Tom no los hubiera usado porque Alex ya los estaba usando.
Okay,
Okay, so
right,
now,
right. Alex was using
let's see.
anyway.
Okay. Um, so let's pretend that Tom is hungover. So, Alex is not, but Tom is. Está en ropa interior, right? So, okay, so, would would Tom be would Tom be in class right now if he weren't hungover? Would Tom be in class right now if he weren't hungover? Y no,
que no estuvieron
hungover sería
resaca. Ah, ok, yes.
con resaca, ajá. No con resaca.
Tomado.
Ya en el estado.
Ujú,
Yes.
con
Hungover
resaca.
es el estado. Hangover es una resaca, es el objeto. Por eso esto es con A y esto es con U.
Ah, ok.
Hangover, una resaca. Hungover,
Ah,
condición de
cierto.
estar con resaca. Ajá, él tiene
Ajá.
resaca.
O
En este
sea, tiene la
momento ni
resaca.
siquiera se ha podido vestir.
Yes, if he,
Yes,
yes, he would. If he
hungover.
weren't hungover, he could be
Yes. Yes.
in classes.
Hey, can you ask me about something
Mhm.
that can happen, something possible, something real, something in the near future or in the present or near future?
Mm, in the present. Mm.
Mistake. Sorry, ignore me.
Okay, have the drawer
One more time.
open for a long time.
Uh,
Have
oh, but the
have
drawer
the
is
drawer
singular. Yeah, pero la gaveta es
drawer,
una
la
cosa.
gaveta drawer.
Es an it. ¿Cómo conjugo cuando tengo un it? Have,
Ya,
maybe has.
okay.
Has
Have
the
the drawer.
drawer
Ah, oh my God, yes,
been open?
has
Pues
the
estaba abierta.
drawer.
For, for a long
Correcto.
time.
For a long
Uh-huh.
time. For a long
Okay.
time.
Uh, yes. Yes, it's been. Yes. Yes. I'm just not living here. Yes. If Alex doesn't need anything uh from it, he will close it in a while. Okay. Okay. So, do you have any questions? No. Let's practice. I
No.
ask and you answer. Would Alex have a hangover today if he had drunk more beers last night?
Yes, he would. If he had a hangover today, it would be because he drank more
What could
beers
Tom
last
have
night.
done at the with the guitar if he had brought it to the party?
He
Sung.
could have
Uh-huh.
sung some Bob Marley songs. He and his music major friends could have played at the party
Host.
if the host
Uh-huh.
had hired them.
Next. How many pages could Alex have written if he hadn't gone to the party?
If he hadn't gone to the park, he could have
Oh.
written
Might
10
Tom have
pages.
used the dumbbell if he hadn't gone to his music class?
No, he couldn't have used the dumbbell because Alex was using them anyways.
Okay. Would Tom be in class right now if he weren't hungover?
Yes, he would. If he weren't hungover,
Huh?
he could
Has the
be in
drawer been
class.
open for a long time?
Yes, if Alex doesn't need anything from it, he will close it in a
Okay.
while.
Do you have any questions?
Mhm.
No? Okay.
No,
Ask and I answer. Go.
no, it's clear. Okay. Would Alex have a hangover today if he had drunk
Yes, he
more
would. If he
beers
had
last
a
night?
hangover today, it would be because he drank more beers last night.
What could Tom have sung with the guitar if he had
He could
brought
have
it
done
to the party?
some Bob Marley songs. He and his music major friends could have played at a party if the host had hired them.
How many pages could Alex have written
If
if
he
he
hadn't gone to the
hadn't gone to
party,
the
he could
party?
have written 10 pages.
Might Tom have used a dumbbell if he hadn't gone to his music
No, he
class?
couldn't have used a dumbbell because Alex was using them anyways.
Would Tom be in class right now if he weren't hungover?
Yes, he would. If he weren't hungover, he would be in class.
Has the drawer been
Yes, if
open
Alex
for a
doesn't
long
need
time?
anything from it, he will close it in a while. Hey, do you have any questions?
Mhm.
No? Perfect. So take a
No.
picture of these questions and answers.
Okay.
Okay. And that would be it today, Viviana.
Beauty.
Any questions? Any doubts?
No, I feel good
Very
because I
good, very good.
understand all.
Okay, so I'm glad you understand everything. That's the idea.
Mhm.
And Viviana, it was a pleasure. So pleased to
Encantada de
meet you.
conocerla y encantada. Pleased to
Don't
meet you.
worry.
Sí, me trabé. Sí, por dicha, porque bueno, entendí muy bien. Me costaba mucho esa parte porque, bueno, tal vez la forma en la que a veces con las noches y todo uno
Ujú.
va viéndolo como muy rápido y se ve la gramática, pero yo no entendía esa parte hasta ahora
Perfecto.
que lo logré
Entonces,
entender.
ahora lo que queda es practicar en el
Ujú,
libro de prácticas, right, el grande, ajá. Lo mismo,
ujú,
corregirlo, viendo las
correcto.
respuestas de atrás para ver dónde nos estamos equivocando y finalmente practicarlo oralmente, right?
Ujú. De acuerdo.
Yes.
Ir
Ajá.
leyéndolo en voz alta
Perfect.
cada
Okay.
una.
So,
Ujú.
so good luck,
De
Viviana,
acuerdo, está
and
bien.
see you around. You're very welcome.
Muchísimas
Bye. Take
gracias.
care.
Bye. Thank you.